could we go around? Imogen, could you say hello?
Hi, my name's Imogen Harris. Delighted to be here.
Fantastic.
That was way better than what you asked us to do, by the way.
Well,
let's do introductions this way.
Let's turn into introductions. Martin.
Hello. Yes, I'm Martin. Nice to meet everyone. A very strange way of saying that.
It's not at all. It's a very normal way to say hello, Martin. And Lloyd.
Hi, I'm Lloyd. I'm just some dude.
We are going to be playing Not Far to Bermuda today. Thank you very, very much for joining us, everybody. Not Far to Bermuda, for those who are not aware, is a micro setting in our new anthology Odd Jobs, which is currently live on Kickstarter, etc., etc.
Kickstarter.
So, the basic idea is that you all play hospitality staff whose jobs are now largely redundant on a cruise liner, the Wanderlust, that is heading for an Atlantic Islands cruise. It is now day 294 of your 3-week cruise, but it's okay. The captain says you will be reaching Bermuda any day now. It is still your job to make sure that everyone's having a lovely holiday, and for the most part they are, although things have got a little bit intense and social dynamics have become somewhat factional. So, we've sent around some characters for you all to choose from, and we're going to be playing this in a very light version of Fate Accelerated, and by light I mean whatever I feel like, largely. So, we'll go around, you'll pick like your character's basic idea, and then I have a list of 8 possible aspects for you to all choose from and fight over. Okay, so character-wise, I believe you all have seen some characters. We have Maxine Fun, over-enthusiastic Sundeck entertainer. We have Jake Parabola, soft-spoken yoga instructor. Kevin Mysterio Johnson, close-up magician. We have Poppy Popster Gaines, a peppy fitness instructor. Jenna McFlannel, whose job I have forgotten.
Sorry.
Oh, she's the ambitious team leader. And Jerry Malibu, veteran poolside bartender. Does anybody have any preferences for who they would like to play today?
Well, I quite like Poppy Popster Gaines.
Lovely.
Her fatal flaw appealed to me.
Fatal flaw?
Way too optimistic.
Way too optimistic.
Yeah.
After you insist.
Yes, I was going to say Kevin Mysterio Johnson probably sounds like they're up my alley. Because they sound like they sound like an annoyance, and I can do that.
Why did I give the close-up magician like one flashy? Stay.
Well, he's got 3 clever. So
3 clever? I don't believe that of any close-up magician.
If you had 3 clever, you would have chosen a different career.
His fatal flaw is he doesn't know when to quit. So clearly.
Yeah. Lloyd, would you like to pick next?
I would like to go for Jerry Malibu, the incredibly veteran poolside bartender.
Okay.
Who thinks they're Tom Cruise in Cocktail?
And which I will be. You know what? I'm going to be Jenna McFlannel. I think that we can pull together as a team and make this the best cruise that's ever gone over almost 300 days without sighting land.
I think it already is the best cruise.
Thank you, Poppy. That's what I like to hear.
The most cruise. So, if you, my illustrious guests and Jonny, will check in the Discord chat, RPG Lounge chat, you will see a list of 8 possible aspects for your characters to have.
Okay.
I thought it would be more fun if you all got to pick your own aspects, but I didn't want to actually spend all the time of coming up with the aspects.
I just need to check. Designated first wider
is supposed to say designated first aider.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Although both be interested to see someone try and play the designated first rider. Like, we play it as autocorrect leaves it, like in golf.
And Ray Martini is the lounge performer.
Oh yeah, Ray Martini is the Sunset Lounge singer.
Okay, so Lloyd, you picked characters last. Do you wanna grab yourself an aspect?
I feel that Jerry Malibu is in a complicated relationship with Ray Martini.
I definitely could see that, especially if he's been on cruises before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, because he thinks he's Tom Cruise, he needs his partner, right?
Yeah.
What's the name of the lady from Cocktail? Is it like Jordan?
Jordan Brown.
Now it's Ray Martini.
Martin, what about you?
I'm wondering if this situation needs a guitar is one step too far in the "oh god, this person" category, but also
I disagree.
We've only got 2 hours, so let's get all the person we can out of these characters.
Oh, there we go. This situation needs a guitar.
Hey.
Imogen?
Okay, I'm going to go for designated first aider, but with the proviso that I'm enthusiastic, not necessarily trained.
Absolutely.
Just absolutely psyched to perform tracheotomies whenever you get the chance.
Yeah.
I think I am scared of the ocean.
Okay. And shall we go back round in the other order? So do you want to pick next, Jonny?
Cool. In which case I will also be... You know what? I think I'm also going to be a budding cryptozoologist.
Okay. That's a good one, to be fair. Imogen? Would you like to pick yours next?
I'm going to be a chronic overpacker.
Okay. And Martin, you can choose to be either fashion conscious or to be considering starting an onboard cult.
You know what? I've got to go with the cult. Yeah.
The sort of cult of card tricks and making small objects disappear.
So are you okay being fashion conscious there, Lloyd?
Absolutely.
Lovely.
I mean, that's me in real life, so I suppose it's just like playing to type, isn't it? Like, it's so hard.
I can't believe we've managed to book Tom Cruise for this stream.
I mean, it's the struggles. Like, I get it, Lloyd. It's hard being gorgeous, you know?
Yeah.
Like...
So...
Ramby says McFlannel Co. Right.
So, welcome to the Wanderlust. You've all been working together for quite some time. Everybody in the hospitality staff knows pretty much everybody else. There are about 3,000 people on board, but you'll also obviously know a lot of the main players in the passengers as well. Just so everybody knows where we're up to, the passengers at this point have split off into several factions. The deckers tend to hang out on the sun deck. They like to sunbathe and lounge in the pool. The shredders are the people who've actually managed to use this time to get into shape, and they tend to hang out on in the gym. The boarders are the people who tend to hang out on the leisure deck, where shuffleboard, quoits, etc. are. They have a high average age.
What is quoits?
Oh, we're not getting into this again.
I know I helped write this micro setting, but I've forgotten what quoits is.
Okay, when I ran this game for a Rusty Quill podcast, we spent like fully 15 minutes trying to figure out what shuffleboard is.
No, I know what shuffleboard is. Shuffleboard's like curling without the ice, I think. It's like...
I think it's like a cross between curling
like
and
curling
billiards.
and bingo.
Yeah.
And I think quoits is kind of like if bowls was also archery and hula hoops.
Okay,
but
perfect.
you throw
That
the hula
explains it.
hoops
That explains
instead of putting them on your waist.
Yeah, no, I get
I
that.
know that old people play it, and I know that it happens on cruises. And I do
There's two things that old people love. It's
very
archery and
good
hula hoops.
research when I write stuff.
Well, the more you know.
So those are the boarders. You also have the Rainiacs, who are the fans of Ray Martini and the Shakers. They tend to hang out in the Sunset Lounge. The cosmetologists, the ones in the spa, have become somewhat of a clique of their own. They are very exclusive. And then you've got the teens, who largely ran the youth leaders out of the teen zone lounge and now just get on with it themselves. So, while you're all hospitality, tell me, is there a particular faction that you feel your character would be most drawn to?
I think Jenna definitely thinks that she's a real role model for the teens.
Nice.
You know, like she's just a really like modeling really good behavior, like looking out for them. Like I mean, like she assumes that they share the sentiment. Obviously, sometimes notes do get stuck to backs. You know, that's but
yeah,
you know,
but that's all in good fun.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
See, I think that Popster, although you'd think she'd be with the gym rats, actually her enthusiasm has led her to go to the deck people because she thinks that she can encourage them. The gym rats, they don't need any encouragement; they're already doing it. So she's continuing it up amongst the old people, trying to build them into some step or yoga or a very high cardio impact, sort of one of those intervals things. I don't even know the name for it. Oh, circuits, where you do circuits. Yeah, she's always barking at them to drop and give her 20.
Nice.
So bear with me here. I'm a veteran poolside bartender.
Yeah.
There is a long period of time where the factions may or not be working together, which means that they need common ground. So could it be that I have negotiated that the poolside is neutral ground for everyone to come in to get cocktails for free? So meetings can happen there, arrangements can happen there, no one can yell at each other, and it's like the only place I'm like, nope, I maintain a completely neutral stance here, even though I'm secretly in love with martini. But I also want to make sure everyone is perfectly chill and they can come here, relax by the pool, and enjoy themselves. And no fighting, no arguments, no hair pulling, especially, I've had that before, as long as they're by the pool.
I really like the idea that you've got one of those like no dive bombing, no heavy petting pool sides that you've just taken a big Sharpie and written no hair pulling.
No hair pulling.
Is your neutral ground pool an indoor or an outdoor pool?
Yes.
Grand.
Brilliant. And Martin.
I feel like he's ended up with the old people with the borders.
Okay.
Just feel like it sort of went around for a bit, and a lot of other people had the energy to push him away. But the boarders were either concentrated too much on what they do, genuinely like stage shows still, which maybe not that many people on board appreciate anymore, and otherwise just don't have the energy to remove them from the room.
Are they all just like, oh, what a nice young man?
Effectively.
Oh, he loves his coin. He's always showing it off behind the ear.
I've not the heart to tell him I've seen the scarves up his sleeve yet.
Right, lovely. So, you're all on shift currently at the moment. Lloyd, you're obviously working behind the bar. Popster, you are the designated first aider for this area, and in the absence of any more trained lifeguards, have been told to just like watch the water just in case. Martin, let's say you will be the poolside entertainment today. Usually there's like a little peppy sort of band that comes out and does like, come on everyone, do this, and it's awful. But 3 of them managed to sprain their wrists in an ill-advised pyramid attempt the other day, so...
Oh, me, I'm there!
So you've been brought in as a backup. Well, perhaps you did. Perhaps you did help.
Perhaps I only had 2 sprained wrists, and then I helped.
And Jonny, I've forgotten who you're playing.
Jenna McFlannel. I'm the team leader.
Well,
I'm guiding everyone while pressed very much against the wall, not too close to the water.
So there's not more than the usual pushing and shoving until Imogen, you notice limping along is one of the poolside entertainers from the other day. Let's call her Hannah sprains a lot. It's been a really long day, chat. It's been a really long day.
Well, you know, that makes
sprains
me
a
feel
lot.
better because it sounds like it's at least half her fault.
Yeah, no, I mean she was actually ironically born with exceptionally strong joints. Yeah, which is why she blames the rest of her team so sorely. And in fact, so she has managed to. You advised her not to take her tubey grip into the pool, but she did, and now it's gone all manky.
Yeah, it's just a soggy grip now.
Yeah,
It's not good.
She's limping along. Popster, I've looked in all the first aid boxes, but I can't find any more tubey grips. Have you got any?
We can improvise. I'm good at this. So quickly, I grab a big, like, floating inflatable ring and just rip it open with my teeth and fashion some tight makeshift bandages, and then enthusiastically wrap her basically from sort of toe up to the hip, and then a little bit round her middle as well.
Jenna's going to be like, "Hey, careful."
I'm being very careful.
Okay, good.
Safety is my middle name.
Good.
All right, thanks. It doesn't look very breathable.
No, that's one of its benefits. Definitely stay out of the sun and the shade. Don't get it wet. Don't get it too dry. Don't let it heat up either. So probably best to stay out the sun and the shade and the wet. Just otherwise it might all go wrong.
Right. Well, I'm going to need a drink if I do all of that. So she'll hobble on over to the bar. Oh, have you got anything at this stage? So tell me, in a 294-day cruise where most of your bar is running dry, Lloyd, what's your signature drink?
Currently it is I call it a bitter shandy, and it's exactly what it sounds like without the shandy bit. It is Angostura bitters. It's all I have left. I have everything still there, but I'm siphoning off. It's Angostura inside carbonated water, shaken in ice, poured over the leftover parts of a rotten lemon that's still going off slightly, but still there. That gives a nice little tangy little taste. Mixed together inside a blender and then served over ice one more time. And you'd be surprised, it still tastes great.
Sounds like all it needs a little paper umbrella. Like,
I mean, yeah, but 2 umbrellas on the side. I do like a thing like throw in the air and catch it behind you. It's fine. It's fine. I break out the leftover whiskey for the good people. You know what I'm saying?
But Hannah sprains a lot is just one of the average at best people.
Yeah, we don't. Hannah sprains a lot has not given me any reason to like her any more than I already have. So
frankly, she spent the first 280 days of the cruise just bragging about her strong joints. And now this.
Ain't no strong no more. Anyway, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just mixing it up, pouring it nicely, serving it to whoever loves it. I'm actually almost out of umbrellas. So me giving you an umbrella is special.
That is, no, and she appreciates that for sure. Take us a sip. It's good. Oh.
Glad
do you know?
Like it.
Yeah, keep it up. Oh, do you know? It's been so hard having a sprain. Like, I know the rest of my team are also having a bad time, but I don't think they can be struggling as much as me. I mean, you know my strong joints. I haven't had to deal with this kind of thing in my life, so if I'm spraining a joint, it must be bad. And I've been trying to go to Dr. Fern Sturgeon, ship's surgeon, but she just won't see me. She's never in her office. All the first aid kits are just running on empty. Oh, thank goodness I've got this monstrosity.
What monstrosity?
She'll just prop her leg up.
Stash, you don't need to actually do it on the...
I don't actually.
See them legs.
Man, I really need to wash my slippers.
Here. They go, well, Jerry goes, well, that seems like a real big problem. You know, there's a whole thing about saying that when life gives you lemons, wait till it rots and then you make a bit of candy. That's not the point. Are you really sure you haven't found a surgeon anywhere? Like, no one's gone missing since we started this cruise, at least.
Oh, well, I mean, Dr. Fern's been in her office for most of the cruise. I know she's been doing her best. Obviously, she wasn't expecting to have this much work cut out for her, but the last week or so, I don't know where she's been. Her office is closed. She seems to be really neglecting her duties.
Hey, I couldn't help but overhear. This sounds like team leader business. You know, liaising with other teams, including Team Dr. Fern Sturgeon. You know, that's very much what I feel like my skill set really comes into play. Just, you know, helping facilitate everyone to get together, to get on board together.
Would you like a bit of shandy while you're talking?
You know, I love your bitter shanties, Jerry.
Then have one. Here you go.
But no, but obviously I am on duty, and it wouldn't be right for me to be in any way lemony this close to a pool.
But if you are next to the pool and you're in the neutral ground and you don't have a drink, wouldn't that be an insult to my work? As such, my work isn't good enough.
Of course, Jerry. I'll just. You're right. I'll.
Down in one.
It's just as delicious as always, Jerry. Thank you.
Just doing my best, sir. Just doing my best. Right. Well, if you want, why don't we go look for the surgeon together?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, great.
Kevin, we can't really leave Kevin here. Kevin, are you?
Now, while I pull that card from somewhere you'd never expect.
Kevin, we talked about this trick. Kevin.
What? Pulling it out of the pool filter? I know it. You said I could lose a hand, but I promise I'm very careful. Where did you think I was going to pull it out of?
Where did you think I was going to pull it out of?
Nowhere, Kevin. Let's
Nowhere? That would be a great trick. I have to write that down, excuse me. Side note, do you know what flavour Kool-Aid everyone likes on this ship? just asking, you know, if there is a supply of it. No?
I think...
No, we're out of Kool-Aid.
Oh, shame. Very big shame. Anyway, you were saying you couldn't leave me unsupervised.
That was... yes. Popster, you.
Yes.
We're going. We've got a task. We're going.
Oh, I love tasks. I'm the best at them, or at least the keenest, which is the same thing.
Yes. Well, we need to check on Dr. Sturgeon.
I love her. I think I saw her 6 weeks ago going into the beauty salon, but not coming out.
That's sinister, but I think. Well, let's go find out.
I'm sure
Can
we
I
can
come?
the beauty salon.
Yes.
Sorry,
yes, Popster. That's why we called you over so you could
Oh,
with us.
you guys are my best friends ever,
Wonderful, good,
and I mean that.
fantastic. Let's. Okay, good.
Lloyd, what were you saying?
Also, Mysterio, I want to see all of your tricks while we go. I love magic.
No, Poppy, that's.
No, really, you should. It's great and fantastic. I've had nothing but watching over them for the last 284 days. Go on, please.
Well, I tell you what, I've got at least one more to show you.
Oh, yay!
I will admit it's not my best work. That's the disclaimer. So, keep your eye on this ball. And it just holds up a ball, and this hand will surreptitiously reach behind for a large ball, which you will somehow try and transfer with the small ball while it is being looked at.
So we'll just swap the balls.
Yes.
Wow.
Mm.
Ah,
I was going to make you roll for it, but it was such a dreadful trick. I just thought.
Mm.
it's bigger than before.
So it's definitely something. There's an element missing. I think it's the magic, but we're getting there. It's been hard.
Very good, and you should definitely never give up.
Well, I don't plan on doing so anytime soon.
He has it for 20.
I never gave up on my dreams, and now I'm here.
Well, see, I don't have to give up on my dream. I'm living it. This many days, constantly entertaining. Who wouldn't love that? I twitch.
To be fair, the world is a better place since I started bartending full time. And by full time, I mean 294 days.
Oh look, here
That
we
is
are
what
at the doctor's
full-time
office.
you can get.
Oh look, here we are. Doesn't time fly when you're
When you've
guiding
got magic.
a wonderful team all
Yeah.
together?
You know what, Jerry? Sometimes I think that you're a bit too ambitious in your job and that you go a
No,
bit too
it's-
far. But every now and then you really prove that you know what you're doing and you take the initiative, and I'm so proud of you.
Oh,
This
thank
is
you.
not
That...
one of those times.
Oh, oh. So I'm sorry. The way you led up to that statement really made me think that no, that's fine. That was my I inferred what wasn't there. That's on me.
I know.
Right.
So, Imogen, as the designated first aider, you have a key to the doctor's
Ooh.
office for in case you need to get supplies when it is Dr. Fern Sturgeon's time off. So, you can go straight in if you like.
I think should we knock first or oh no, you've opened the door.
Oh, she's my best friend. She's always pleased to see me. And I just barge in.
We're already here, McFlannel. Don't worry about it.
So, what you see inside is a very standard, like, clinical room. There are no, like, portholes or anything. It's got one of those little beds. There is some paper on the bed that's been all mussed up. Not much other signs of life, unless anybody would like to.
Do you mean what sort
some
of paper? As in
investigating.
like the sort of
Oh,
paper?
you know, like the paper that you get on those hospital beds.
Oh, with the big roller thing.
Yeah, the big roller thing.
Does it look like it's been used in the last, like, how recently does it look like it's been used?
Do you have any kind of skills or
Uh,
knowledge that would tell you how recently paper has been used?
I can look at it carefully.
Right, then make me a roll.
That is
I should have to do that.
2.
So you don't know how to make a roll, is that?
Yeah, let me know later when it comes up.
That's okay. We can do it for you.
thanks.
Yeah.
Oh look, you've
We've
failed.
got a little app.
Oh, that's weird. That's-
You can't stop rolling natural ones. What's this?
-7? I've never seen a score that low.
So you got a 2, yep.
yes.
Yeah, which in Fate Accelerated is pretty good. Yes, you can see that it does look like it has been used sort of in the last day or two. Yeah, it's certainly it has been used not long enough that it started to like degrade, and it is just paper. Looking very carefully, you do notice that the kind of creases are not necessarily where you would expect them to be for the average, like, blood test or
human.
etc.
It's almost as if whatever was lounging on this, well, not lounging, it's a doctor's office. Whatever was on this examination
tested.
bed, whatever was being tested, wasn't quite normal.
Could
Like
it have been a dog?
puppy?
Like
Great minds!
I know, right?
Maybe a dog, but also maybe, and bear with me here, mermaid slash man slash mer person, just
A merman?
well, no,
Oh,
not necessarily
really big
man.
fish.
No, like, I mean, gender's very complicated, so you know it could be. But the mer is what I'm getting at here.
A merfolk.
A merfolk. A
Oh,
merfolk.
that's a good name for it, actually.
Yes, no, wonderful. Obviously, I have no evidence of that. Really,
Well, I mean, is it wet?
but
But that's good enough for me.
No, hold on. Hold on. Have we seen any mer people since we have been cruising on here for 294 days?
I've seen some strange things,
Yeah,
Jerry. Like, I've saw.
Has one of those strange things been a part of the merfolk?
I mean, maybe I have seen fish's tails.
So, in the world of
and I have seen
in the world of not far to
obviously-
Bermuda, obviously, after 300 days on a cruise ship, people do start saying they've seen weird things. And you do get weird little urban legends among the crew. But, as Captain Smollett is quick to point out on his morning messages, we are at the point where the drink of choice is a pint of Angostura bitters and a rotten lemon. So, there may well be rational explanations for all of these stories.
I love their morning announcements.
I mean,
So
obviously,
shouty.
Let me up.
so yes, obviously, looking at the sea, I have been somewhat paralysed by fear, but I have periodically seen fish tails and the odd human torso, and sometimes human legs or the upper sections of fish. And while I have not necessarily seen them together,
I mean, the logical inference is
exactly.
Have you been drinking that drink that I've told people not to have called the Kool-Aid?
No, I've just been drinking the bitters every time you've given them to me, Jerry.
Yeah, I have seen a lot of strange things after drinking the bitters, but mer people aren't any of them.
I'm just saying, it's a possibility. We can't close our minds to the possibility.
We can definitely close our minds.
What if...
I don't know. I do encourage people to have very open minds to do with magic and, the stance of a person standing above others in a certain power structure where people, I wouldn't use the term subservient, but I certainly would say that they're helpful.
Alternatively, and I don't want to leap to any conclusions, but vampire crabs.
No, I'm with him on that one. I've seen the tooth marks.
Yeah, no.
I walk away and start looking through the cupboard to see if there's anything with little alcohol on it for me to use later.
I mean, there is something called robbing alcohol.
Now do. Yoink.
Do you think the merfolk will help us against the vampire crabs? I believe in both solutions equally.
It's a complicated question, and because if they exist, if either of those factions
which they
exist, which they might, the political
system... If there's
system,
even 1% chance, we have to treat it as an absolute certainty.
Exactly, but if they do, obviously the political dimension between those two is going to be very complicated, and we can't rush to any conclusions.
Scooby-Doo gang, I have a question.
Yes, Jerry?
How on earth does this help us find a doctor?
Oh, I mean, well, there's... No, you're right. I was just...
We could ask the merfolk if they've seen the doctor.
They won't speak English. Popster, they won't speak English.
You don't know that. You never met them. Maybe they went to English school.
Okay, no, you're right. You're right. I'll.
Well, it does depend if they have got the fish part on top or the bottom. I don't know how well fish. I'm no biologist, but I'm pretty sure fish don't have human vocal cords. I'd make that assumption.
Okay, so Jerry did ask you a question about whether or not the paper was wet earlier.
Oh, yeah.
And so because that question was answered, I will say it is not currently wet, but it does look as though it may once have been.
Crusty.
Another tick in the column for merfolk or vampire crabs.
All right.
Are there any scales on it that might have been shed during a difficult examination?
There are no scales.
I'm going to have a quick look through the doctor's appointment book or logbook just to see if there's any indication of where she might be.
Are there any cloaks, cravats, or any other vampire accoutrement lying on it?
Is there a stake hanging on the wall?
Alternatively, is there a lobster pot or some of those crack things that you get for cracking open crab claws, just to eliminate entirely vampire crabs from our.
There are no signs of vampire crabs from steaks, cloaks, or lobster pots, or claw crackers. The appointment book looks very like hodgepodge. There's not a lot of appointments. Most people, they are on holiday. They tend to come in as and when their sunburn starts to peel, or they get a nasty case of food poisoning from the buffet, you know.
Yeah.
But occasionally, if you're flicking back far enough, you'll see there is something every now and then. But there isn't anything for the last 5 days.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, if we can't find her here, maybe she's in her quarters.
Maybe.
That's logical. I think that's a very good suggestion.
Also, if I was a vampire crab, I wouldn't keep her in the lab. I would keep her in her quarters.
That's a good point.
Yes.
If she is
Yeah.
captain.
I keep her in my
I like
underwater
that, yeah.
cave there, but you know, to each their own.
Yes, but you'd keep everyone in an underwater cave if you could, Kevin. We've heard your theories before.
Wait, look, I'm sure there's oxygen down there. We just need to look for it.
Okay, so you are heading to Dr. Fern Sturgeon's cabin.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, so there's like a staff deck where all of your cabins are. They're not the nicest, but they're home by now. And Dr. Fern Sturgeon has one of the nicer ones because she's a doctor. So, I mean, not a great doctor, obviously, or she wouldn't be here, but she is a doctor. So, yeah, you can all go and knock on her door.
I don't suppose you have a key to this one as well, Popster?
I do. I think I do have a key.
not.
I've got.
Sorry.
Can we roll to see if I do?
I'm going to go ahead and give Dr. Fern Sturgeon the respect of not having random members of the staff having a key to her room.
Not random,
She's my
best friend.
Okay, I tell you what.
I've got keys to all your rooms.
Please make me a roll. It will roll for you. If it's 4 pluses...
It's 3 pluses.
I said 4
3
pluses.
It's 3 pluses. That's very... Oh, that's very...
So-
3 pluses. Chat, did you hear 3 pluses, chat?
Oh,
I heard 3 pluses. Chat would know, they were listening.
Yeah.
So for 3 pluses, I will say that you do not have a key, but that Dr. Fern Sturgeon also considers you one of her best friends.
Oh.
And as such...
Come on, have I
You
got a key
have-
or not?
No, you don't, but you have developed a secret knock. You and Fern Sturgeon.
Okay. Should I do the secret knock and see what happens?
There's a moment. The door opens but a crack, and Fern Sturgeon's face peeks out. Popster, what is it?
Sturgeon stuff.
Sturgeon. I'm great. I'm really good, but I can't talk now. I'm busy. I'll catch you later, okay? And she starts to close the door.
No,
I put my
wait,
phone
no,
in front of it.
Okay, please roll me a quick, or a forceful. Up to you.
I would like to roll a forceful, please. Can I have a forceful, please, for the audience?
Yes.
Thank
You
Forceful.
absolutely can. That is +2.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, yes, you can put your foot in the door.
Hi, we are terribly sorry, but something seems to be wrong, and everyone seems to think you're missing. Do you mind opening the door a little bit further?
Oh, look, I'm not missing. I'm a little indisposed. I can't open the door right now. But I tell you what, I will meet you all later on at like 6-ish in the Sunset Lounge.
Could I have a very close listen to the, what might be happening behind them?
Yes. Could you roll me sneaky, please, Martin?
Yes.
We can also roll it for you.
I've got a
is it?
0, which makes that a 2. 2 sneaky.
You think you can hear sort of like an unearthly yawn.
Sounds
Oh,
like some kind of
I think we
unearthly
all know what
yawn.
that sounds like. Yeah.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
Thank you. It's a gift.
But yeah, she'll.
alright.
Although you have your foot in the door, she'll start to like really forcefully try and close it.
Okay.
Like, we'll see you later. Now is not the time.
Okay, Dr. Sturgeon, thank you for your time. We'll see you at 6. Jerry, could you...
Move my leg? Oh, sorry. Yeah, there we go.
Bye, Sturgeon Star. I love you.
Yeah, love you too, Popster. All right, see you later. Bye. And she'll close the door.
Right. I think that, so what we want to do is, we all heard that yawn, right?
What?
It sounded,
Unearthly.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Yeah, no, I
absolutely.
don't think it's described.
Oh, was there someone in there with them? I mean, it's been rude for us to interrupt.
Yeah, maybe. But I was what if one of us were to sort of wait and just see who comes out, and the others meet at 6.
Okay, now hold on. I like to put something out here. I think what you do for the ship and its crew members is incredible. I think that
thank you.
and every single one of you here are amazing. But I'd like to point out
brilliant.
that if I were perhaps maybe somewhere to have someone in my room privately, and we were doing private things, I would like you all not to be spying
No,
on
I
me
understand that.
when they were leaving.
I understand
It's
that.
different. I'm her best
Jerry,
friend. She tells
but-
me everything anyway.
Also, in this hypothetical, are you sleeping with a vampire crab that might put the boat in danger?
At the risk of sounding terrible, it's still consent, so is there a problem?
Well,
There's no problem with the relationship. It's the conspiracy we're worried about.
Oh,
or the vampirism could be.
maybe someone's gonna drink a little blood to get around here, okay? Look, the bitter shinies aren't gonna pour themselves. If I could use blood, I would use blood.
Well, that's
Interesting you should say that, because I have had some ideas about
Oh.
blood.
okay. This
So-
is something we should maybe address at our next team meeting. But for now, I on a personal level, I would like to see a horrifying sea creature. Ideally out of the sea, because I don't like the sea. But the horrifying sea creatures within compel me. So a horrifying sea creature like slithering out of a cabin is actually kind of my ideal scenario here, to be honest. So, but also if it's indisposing the Doctor a lot, I mean, this is like her relationship, not ship's business. How it affects her professional conduct it is a bit ship's business.
I mean, it's all best friends' business, right?
Yes, it's all best friend. I think that's what I'm with the popster here. It's all best friends' business.
If she's got a new exciting vampire crab partner, then she'll want to talk to me about it and tell me about what sex is like.
I give up. Sure, let's leave someone behind to watch while the rest of us go on.
Yes. Okay, popster.
Can we leave someone who is not Poppy?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess I'll stay then.
There we go. Sorry, Poppy.
Hmm.
Poppy, there is no way you're going to be quiet.
That is actually fair. No, you're right.
All right. We'll go to
Now,
the round. And
obviously, this is leaving the team without any actual leadership. So
I'll do it.
I'm going to. I trust all of you to just stay close to the principles that I've tried to instill in you. You know,
if we don't know what it is, it's a
hard
method.
work. I mean, obviously that's. I mean, yes, but also hard work and collaboration, synchronicity. Just a real journey.
Synchronicity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm pretty sure that's the word.
So at this point, Jenna's speech about teamwork has taken you to pretty much 5:55. So, it is about 6 p.m. I'm going to assume that most of you have headed off to the Sunset Lounge, which is, well, it's a cruise ship bar for divorcees mostly. So no shade on divorcees or divorcees.
Were they divorced
Good
when
for
they
you.
went on the cruise, or is this divorces that have happened since going on the
Variable.
cruise?
Yes.
Yeah.
Question. So I know a ship's captain can marry people at sea.
Yes.
Can they also divorce people at sea?
Let's say yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes. That has been most of what Captain Smollett has been doing. Yeah. So, most of you are there. However, Jenna is hiding in the corridor. Okay, so bear in mind, we are on a ship's corridor here. What is your plan for hiding for when Fern Sturgeon herself comes out of the room?
Is there a corner?
I mean, yes, there is a corner, but it's a bit far away. It might make your view... It will compromise your view.
Mm.
Is there a suit of armour?
I think that's a valid question. I don't see what the problem is. Is there a suit of armor?
Yeah. I'll roll to see if there's a suit of armour.
You go on, give me a roll, and if you get 4 pluses, I'll give you one.
3 pluses.
No,
That's a
close.
plus and a minus.
No,
Okay.
I love this new mechanic I've discovered.
So I'm going to. I think I am gonna like hide around the corner and just wait to listen till like the door opens.
Okay. So please, could you roll me your sneaky? Okay,
Plus,
very
that's
good.
A 3.
Yes. Okay. So I'll tell you what. There is no suit of armor, but on
What kind of
Round-
cruise ship is this?
on rounding the corner, you see that a laundry cart has been left
Yes.
while the cleaners have been in.
Oh, in I go.
And lucky for
dirty
you-
laundry.
Hanging out of the side, you see the tentacles of Octo the Octopus, the daycare's
That is very
mascot.
lucky.
Ah, yes. Okay, good. Yeah. So in okay.
Now, luckily for you, octopuses are masters of camouflage.
Yes. So it's true, Lloyd. It's true.
They are. They can change colour and everything.
I mean, you're right. I'm not going to argue against this.
So yeah, I'm gonna get into the octopus costume and just kind of lounge on top of the laundry cart as though I were naught but a discarded costume.
Yeah. Wonderful. Fern Sturgeon comes out, sneaks out, pulling a jacket on, looks around, sees
I'm acting
Ocky the
casual.
Octopus lying casual, nods, and walks off in the direction of the Sunset Lounge. How
Okay.
long would you like to stay here?
10 minutes.
Okay.
Excuse me. Sorry.
You do not see anything emerge, or anyone emerge for
Mhm.
10 minutes. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna very slowly, still in the costume, so that at any moment I can collapse and just be a discarded costume. Just in the
That's
corridor.
not suspicious at all.
No, absolutely. I'm going to very slowly walk up to the door and just lean in and listen.
Okay. We'll come back to you.
Okay.
The other 3 of you, you are waiting in the Sunset Lounge. Today is not Ray Martini's night to perform. It is his night off. But he is sitting at the bar,
Oh.
surrounded by his adoring fans.
Oh.
And he's just kind of holding forth. But because he's at the bar, there are a lot of free tables with a lot of space where you won't necessarily be overheard, because obviously most of the usual patrons will be flocking to him. So you can find a little out of the way booth, if you like. And Fern Sturgeon will shuffle herself in. Oh, I am sorry about earlier. Yeah, sorry about all that. You know what it's like being on a cruise. Oh, busy.
Yeah.
Hi, bestie.
Hi! Yeah, I feel like we haven't spoken in ages.
I know, right? How are you and how are all your secrets?
Yeah,
Tell us them
I
right
mean,
now.
I'm great, yeah. It's going really well. I mean, I don't want to talk about me all night. How are you?
I'm amazing and brilliant.
As usual.
I kind of do want to talk about you all night, though.
Oh, you know, I'm doing good.
I can't believe I'm doing this. All right, listen. We know what's up. We know you had someone special in your room. We know that they came to see you in your lab a few days ago. We know they left a very interesting wet print in the paper that was behind.
Jerry believes me.
We know it's all happening, but it's better we hear it from you than having us investigate sideways and find things out. We just want to know one thing and one thing only. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Honestly, Popstar, I'm fine. Like, I'm so good.
Is it working out between the two of you?
Thank you for asking. Yes, it is. Look, I suppose you've clearly already figured it out. It's just...
Let's say yes.
Yes, I'm 100% on this situation.
Cut
We know
to
what's
a
going
huge
on.
octopus silhouette just like approaching the door.
Okay.
We know what's going on, but why don't you pretend like we don't and start from the top and work your way down for
Yeah.
us?
You tell us what we know and we'll check if you're right.
I will be looking for tooth marks on her neck, just on the off.
Mhm.
Pencil mark.
There's no tooth or pincer marks on her neck.
I love the idea that a vampire crab is just a normal crab, but it's just got 2 Dracula teeth on the inside.
So, Jonny, you slither up. Your tentacles, your foam tentacles pressed against the door. From inside, you hear a sort of... and then some splashing.
Can I try and open the door?
It will have locked when Phone Surgeon left. Dr. Phone Surgeon will take a sip of her drink, which in this case is basically at this point it is holistic orange juice, and she has her own like rubbing alcohol that she'll pour, like she'll take out of her flask to make like a holistic screwdriver.
Nice.
Yeah. I have to say, it's been wonderful. Like, I need you to know that, first of all. It's been wonderful. I know that some people might not accept me and Salty, and I know that some people probably don't want him aboard, but you have to understand, he's so good to me, and he's the most perfect man I've ever met, and I just don't... People don't understand, you know?
Squee! I'm so happy for you. He's dreamy, I expect. You're so lucky. Oh.
I know! I couldn't believe it. It all started...
What's it like?
Oh, it's wonderful being in love. It's so... feels warm and fuzzy inside, you know? It's just brilliant. Look, it all started when I got invited to go for a seaweed wrap at the spa. And you know, when the cosmetologists invite you to go, you assume that, you know, it's trouble, right? But you don't say no. So I went along, and I have to say I was really nervous, but it turns out it was just a setup. They felt like me and Salty would really get on, and apparently he'd been, you know, a bit down, so they introduced us, and it was love at first squeeze.
Oh, I have a question. Can I be your bridesmaid?
I mean, I would love that, but the thing is, I'm a bit scared of what will happen if everybody meets him. You know, won't they just want to chuck him overboard? But I just can't keep him in my sink all this time.
And at this point, I think Jenna's going to just break through the door.
Yeah. The weight of the octopus costume crashes the door open. And a very large, very long seaweed, who is currently bathing in the sink, looks at you and tries to cover itself with itself.
Cool! I didn't know you were a thing. Yeah. Oh no, sorry. Hello, Jenna. I'm the team leader, but something of a. Oh, of course.
And sort of like,
look away.
Sorry. Just the cryptids are kind of a thing. It's fine. Sorry. I'll just tries to flollop back out of the cabin.
You knock a few things over on your way.
Oh no.
At the bar, I'll go, technically, if we get the captain's permission that you are allowed to see your partner, still not knowing what it is, then you will be allowed and no one can kick off because the captain would say yes, or we have to convince the captain, right?
Yeah, I suppose that's true, but I mean, how can you convince a man as dignified as Captain Smollett that the love between a human and a sentient seaweed rat can be real?
Alcohol?
Did you say sentient seaweed rat?
Yeah, I mean...
At this point, the octopus costume comes in and it's like, guys! It's weird!
Yeah, we know.
Hello, Dr. Fern. Sorry, the costume, it was heavy. The door, there was an accident. I'm sorry. I've seen. It's okay though. Very happy for you. Sorry for the intrusion. Hello.
Oh, Jenna. They've put you on daycare. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. Once you get used to the biting.
Here, sit down.
Yeah, no, sure. I'll
just put a little hip flask in front of you.
Try to reach it with the big tentacles, but like just kind of bat it around a little bit. Oh, I'm not okay.
That's okay.
I met your sea fella.
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, I was just telling the guys. They reckon maybe we can go to Captain Smollett.
Yeah.
But I mean, that would be amazing. I mean, the thing is as well, like, where's he gonna live though? He can't keep living in my sink. I mean, he can leave the water for, well, some time, but not forever.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to go in the sea. That's... Ooh.
What you need is a really big aquarium. Because I've heard people say that things that live in aquariums don't love you back, but I think they're wrong.
You say it fit in a sink.
Yeah.
Do you have any decently sized Tupperware?
I didn't bring any Tupperware with me.
Do we have any somewhere on the ship? Would the catering staff have Tupperware? I hope they have Tupperware. They must be storing things somehow.
Or we could adapt one of the swimming pools into a sort of love pool.
We do
that sounds normal, right?
That name sounds pretty misleading to me.
We do have a swimming pool that leads in with seawater. That could work.
Well, that would be perfect.
All we have to do is convince the captain.
And you'd help me convince the captain that my love is worth saving?
Of course.
I mean, yes. Probably.
Depends. How much of that rubbing alcohol do you have left?
How much would I need to have left?
Enough so we can at least party for another 100 nights.
Well, it is pretty
Toxic?
toxic. It's pretty toxic stuff, so it does last.
Sounds good. Let's make a deal. I can get some of your stock, and I will host a party for the captain specifically. Get him a little bit drunk and a little bit happy, make it a bit more suggestible, and then we'll just casually bring up the subject and see what he says.
Well, you know what an impassioned speech about love needs?
Music?
Is it close-up
Yes.
magic?
Card trick.
Guitar backing. Oh, I was trying
There
to-
we go. Okay, it's set. All right. Let's get this all together. Let's get some music. Let's get some drinks. Let's bring the captain down. Let's throw the party. And let's try and tell him that you love a sentient sea leaf.
Yes.
Seaweed wrap.
Seaweed wrap. I'm terribly sorry.
Wonderful.
I'll
So,
do the
yes.
music. I'll go and ask Ray Martini to come and play a special gig.
No, we don't. We shouldn't. Probably not.
That would be amazing. Do you think he'd come?
No, it's fine. Yeah, he's been really down and lonely recently. Like something's missing from his life, and I just think that it would, cheer him up. Yeah, he's really sad. He keeps like sighing and writing poetry, and then like screwing it up and chucking it overboard. And when I ask him what's wrong, he goes just, "Oh, you wouldn't understand." So yeah, I think this would really
How
cheer him up.
sad.
I'm sure he's fine.
So, yes, as team leader...
He isn't. He's secretly sad.
Okay, well,
Oh, Popster, you're so insightful.
as team leader, what Jerry said.
Oh, sorry. Yes. My suggestion was great, but I think you could probably phrase it better. I just took
Oh.
for you for a second.
TLDR party.
Party.
Great.
We've had a couple of Kofis that I'm just gonna go through. Kofi from Eli, loving the amount of ocean monster spousing in the chat this stream. Hope you have fun. Kofi from Ash, have some money because I finally mailed out the paperwork to change my gender marker to X on my provisional
Hey!
ID. Nice. Kofi from Ryu here, party crab.
Hey.
That is a reference to a very upsetting poster in Resident Evil 3. And Kofi from the Captain. Fun fact, there is an 11-foot long, 500-pound sturgeon living at Bonneville Fish Hatchery. His name is Herman the Sturgeon.
I love Herman the Sturgeon.
Oh, I read Herman the Sturgeon. Like, in my mind, I thought that rhymed.
Yeah, I did too, but it doesn't. Herman
doesn't.
the Sturgeon. Yeah.
I think it's because, like, Herman...
It's it's assonance.
Assonance,
But it's
yeah.
not a rhyme.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know what that
we have
would
to
mean,
be-
what can I do?
I once played a bit part in
Virgin the
something for
Sturgeon.
Herman the Merman.
Yeah, Herman the Merman.
okay,
well,
that
yeah,
rhymed.
but, like...
Or Hergen the sturgeon. Like that would do.
But that's unfortunately that's not the sturgeon's name.
So,
Maybe it's
we
just a
have,
coincidence he's called Herman.
we have about a half an hour left,
Mhm.
and you have a party to plan.
We do.
Mm.
So Jenna has Flashy Zero. So we'll be mainly making unhelpful suggestions. Every
A
every time,
terrible party.
every time.
Brightly lit, quiet party.
Well, the thing is, you want it quiet so that when we're talking to the captain, he can clearly hear what we say. Ideally, not too many people, so it's not too distracting. Just really minimise the conflicting stimulation. I personally think that bright lights tend to be a little bit
Yeah.
try hard. So just I always say, what's wrong with normal room lighting?
What's wrong with overhead fluorescent tubes?
Exactly.
Nothing
exactly.
says party like
Absolutely.
that flicker.
And you can clearly see any potential hazards in the party.
Mm.
Sounds fantastic. Hey, Jenny, could you do me a favor? I left some of my stuff on the other side of the ship. If you go pick that up, I'll get that whole.
Oh, sure. What do you
big
need?
light
Obviously,
light set up.
octopus arms. A little bit awkward, but
It's fine.
what
It's
would
just
you
like
need?
a small little bottle's about this big. You can't miss it.
Oh,
It's
yep.
right
Okay.
next to it.
And
Right, I'll see
Jenna
you. Be
will.
back in like 10 minutes.
Okay, and Jenna will flollop off.
Well,
Okay,
Fern
I'm
Sturgeon's got to
gonna
go
decide.
to tell Salty about the plan, so she won't be available.
fantastic. Right, lights dimmed, music up, people moving. Go, go, go. I want fashion. I want style. I want a catwalk. I want flash. I want beauty. I want this place to shine. I want it to say love, 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 but not in the weird sort of sense. More in the like cuddly, kind of like hi, what's up sort of sense. I want pink lighting. I want everything fixed. Go, go, go. Let's move.
Jerry.
Yeah. I mean,
does the bottle have anything written on it?
Yes, it says a starter bitters.
Starter bitters. Okay.
Okay, so you want to just have this party exactly here in the Sunset Lounge, and you're just directing everybody around. Okay, could you please roll me a flashy roll? Or tell me what your flashy is, and we will roll it for you if you prefer.
I'd like a flashy 2 roll, please, Bob.
Flashy 2 roll. That is a 4.
Okay, yeah, people are impressed.
This app is rolling really well for
It
us.
is, isn't it? Yeah. Don't say that, you'll jinx it. Oh wait, no, I'm the GM, it doesn't matter. So yes, everybody just like hurries into action. In fact, not only do they move the tables and chairs out the way in front of the stage, but a sort of like a catwalk folds out of the stage, like in Hook. If you've seen Hook, where Smee goes, and then the red carpet rolls, exactly that happens with the stage. Ray Martini looks up, but goes back to his crowd.
I've got to go over and persuade him to play, and I've got forceful 3. So, like,
You will play music.
The bar,
by which I mean force of personality. Obviously, I'm not
Yes.
a strong arm.
the bar presses a secret button, and then the lights change. A disco ball starts spinning, and little heart-shaped neon signs light up around the edges. Okay, Popster, you make your way through the crowd. You do have to elbow a few people out of the way to get to Ray Martini. Oh, quick question.
Ray Martini!
Have you ever spoken to Ray Martini before?
I've shouted at him for a distance, and I'm not sure if he heard me or not.
Okay.
I choose to believe he did, and that we're friends.
Lovely. Off you go.
Hi, friends! Hey, Ray, it's me! It's the Popster! And I grab him by his beaded suit.
Oh, of
And stand
course!
a bit close.
It's so nice to meet a fan, obviously. Always.
I'm your biggest fan and your best friend.
Oh my.
Right.
And
he'll take a slight step back. So I suppose you want an autograph? And he'll just start reaching for napkins.
yes, and I need you to come and play at a party and celebrate love, the strange love that exists between a human and a sort of alginate sea object. But it's a very beautiful love, and I know that you, above all things, prize love.
Okay, so you wanted to use forceful for this, I believe.
I think that's my strongest suit.
Yeah.
Hang on. Yeah, forceful.
And I think I'll allow it. And I will also allow your aspect overly enthusiastic to apply here. So
it's a plus 0.
So that is
that
a
will be...
+4 if you've got a +3 forceful, I think. Okay, he's oddly touched.
I mean, I am oddly touching him at the moment.
You know what? For love, I think I could play a song or two.
Yeah, you could. Right, but it has to be now, right now, because the party's happening. Oh, and you have to tell all of your fans to come to the party and make it the best party ever.
No problem. In fact, I think I've got just the song to play. I've been working on something new.
Is it a song about someone who's in love with a piece of seaweed? Because that'd be amazing.
But the lyrics could be changed.
Right now, could they be changed?
I'll figure something out.
Oh,
I was very briefly in a jazz troupe for 3 weeks. I think I can improvise my way around a love song.
Well, who wasn't? Right. Get all your fans and come with me, because the party's happening right this moment. Oh, Ray, when all this is over, do you want to go on a cruise together?
All right, friends. Sorry, he was talking to the assembled, but okay, I believe Poppy would take that to be an assent. All right, friends, let's get in the mood to party. And he'll walk up to the stage and take his seat at the piano, where he'll just start like doing that sort of like elevator music, or not just elevator, but you know, like little piano bar music. It's not really anything. He's just playing a bit of lounge music to set the scene. Okay, so you've got a venue, you've got a piano player, you've got little neon hearts on the wall. Jenna,
I'm fetching some Angostura bitters.
You've got some Angostura bitters. Yep. Make me a roll, please.
Just a normal roll. It's a +3.
You managed to keep the bottle of Angostura bitters absolutely intact from tentacle to tentacle. So I know they're actually arms on an octopus. Please don't at me. Okay. And Martin, what are your plans for the party?
I'm doing my most romantic magic tricks. I've replaced all of the cards in the deck with the Queen of Hearts. Makes it very easy.
Wonderful. And did you mention something about a guitar?
I did, but then Ray was persuaded to go on stage, so in the background, Kevin would have just sort of very slowly and solemnly put his guitar back in its case.
Another time, old friend.
He would just quietly whisper, "One day."
Okay.
Did anyone think to go get the captain?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
There's something missing from this party that we organised for a specific reason. I can't think of what it is.
I swear we got everything right. What was this?
Best party ever.
So, you're all hanging out, like, just revelling in how good of a party you've set up for about half an hour.
It's a little dingy
when
for my
Fern
taste, to be honest,
Sturgeon arrives looking beautiful in the closest thing to a white dress that she has, which is simply like a normal floral dress that has been sun bleached ridiculously, so it's very, very faded. And a long, tall, sort of slightly gelatinous piece of seaweed dressed in a tux that's sort of just like tied around it, you know, like the arms of the tux are just sort of tying the torso up in place, and it's slithering along next to her. Looking very proud.
Could it have wrapped part of itself at the neck of it into a little seaweed bow tie?
100%, yes.
Yes.
They get in, they look around. But where's the captain?
On his way. On his way. I'll just if you just enjoy the party, I'll be the captain and just legging it out up towards the bridge.
Okay. So what are the rest of you going to be doing to maintain the party while Jen is off up to the bridge?
I'm going to start a chant of magic, magic, which I'm the only person who joins in with.
Yes.
Despite that, I am undeterred for the next 7.5 minutes. Magic, 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 magic.
Desperately for please.
Magic, magic.
I mean, Kevin will join in. And this is the best advertising I've ever had.
Okay. So we'll leave you two chanting magic. Okay, off you go, octopusing. You reach the stairs. They are like a small little ladder sort of metal stairs. you cannot fit. What do you do?
Captain!
Sorry, I just want to check. Have you at this point used with the costume?
No, I could take it off. I just don't think about. I just haven't thought to.
I mean, fair enough. Like,
Uh,
exhaust other avenues before you take the drastic step of removing the costume. Obviously,
it's very like it's quite like it's. The thing is,
it just makes you feel good. Okay, that's fine.
It's more that it's very sweaty inside the costume, and like it's one of those things that it's not gonna hit. It's not gonna hit me until I actually take it off. So I'm kind of loath to take it off and just like actually be like, that's actually kind of gross.
Okay, well, you see the distinguished features and little captain's hat of Captain Smollett peer over the edge. Ho there! What seems to be the problem?
Ho, Captain. An emergency wedding.
An emergency wedding, you say?
Between it's Dr. Sturgeon's and a bit of seaweed.
Dr. Sturgeon! And I didn't quite catch that.
Her beloved fiance, who she's been seeing for a while, the seaweed.
Well, I'm sure he's a stand-up gentleman.
Yeah.
I will come at once. And he'll descend the stairs, putting on his best captain's jacket and adjusting a little bow tie, which he actually wears all the time, just to be ready for this sort of situation.
He is pretty impressive.
He is.
Right, it's in the Sunset Lounge. Follow
excellent
the octopus. Sorry, I should probably take this. I didn't. It's
you're on daycare, are you?
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
It's fine. So yeah, hurrying down.
Okay. And you arrive to chants of magic, magic, magic,
magic, magic, magic, magic, magic, magic, magic, magic.
Kevin, do you want to do some magic?
Magic.
Well,
Lord of God, please.
Well, I see the captain is here now, so let us all attend to life's real magic, the magic of love.
Oh, very good. Now, where is Dr. Fern Sturgeon? And what I am sure is the luckiest human man alive who is to be her groom.
Yeah.
No, sorry, I mentioned it was a piece of seaweed.
You did what? You said it was her beloved fiancé.
Yes, a piece of seaweed.
I did not hear that. I was not informed.
No, it's.
I have to say, I'm not sure if this is entirely legal.
I mean, it's.
I mean, I know we're in international waters and we can do
international.
whatever the hell we
Possibly
like.
interdimensional.
But still.
No, but the thing is, it's someone who's. Can anyone make a speech about love? I'm flailing a bit here.
What I wanted to say was, in times like these, where we realize that the only things that matter to us are more than just the cruises, or our friends, or the world, but the life we have each other, what is a cruise ship that may be out of control but love preserving? What is the moment for us to decide what counts as what happens in our hearts over what other people care about? Should we not judge things by what is in front of us? Keep the guitar going. Is that not judge things in front of us and judge what is right for us more than what other people think? Perhaps it's time we threw away what we normally call conventional and we embraced what makes us human, or in the case of this, seaweed. Perhaps now is the time for these two people to finally be wed in the one time in the entire universe where it will be allowed.
There's like a slow clap of 8 arms.
And then the rest of the Rainiacs all start going.
And just, building into the big round of applause.
Well, those were beautiful words. Would anybody else like to speak on the subject of whether these two should be... Yes?
We've just discovered that the seaweed is sentient and might attack us. What better way to forge an alliance between the humans and the sentient seaweed than this marriage of love, symbolising the union of our two cultures?
I mean, that's pretty good, to be honest. I can't lie.
Well, I have heard arguments both romantic and cynical on this matter. And I have decided I will conduct this marriage between Dr. Fern Sturgeon and this sentient seaweed.
It's called Salty.
This Salty, the seaweed. Is that appropriate to say? We're in uncharted territories here. Yes.
Literally.
No, that's not what I meant. We're all fine here. We're in uncharted territories near to Bermuda. And he will alight upon the stage and take Dr. Fern Sturgeon's hand and the seaweed and just sort of smush them together.
Just drape one over the other.
I now pronounce you doctor and spouse.
I burst into tears and weep at the romance of it all while throwing soggy confetti into torn up bits of napkins.
Kevin will just be wiping his eyes with an infinity scarf coming out of his sleeve.
I think Jenna is going to be finally extracting herself from the octopus. It's just in a corner. It's pretty unpleasant.
No, it suits you.
And Ray Martini strikes up the piano for the first dance. This is a song that is very close to my heart, and I think that I have very seamlessly adapted it for the happy couple. This is Set Sail for My Heart, brackets you are seaweed. It is not a good song. It wasn't a good song. Even before he started just inserting the words, and you are seaweed, after every other line. But the happy couple dance beautifully and happily. And they lived happily ever for the rest of the cruise.
Oh, good. That's really good.
If you want to know how that ends, if you want to know how that cruise ends, or actually 3 different options, because like the GM can kind of pick, to just crowbar some marketing back into Kickstarter. Sorry, I'm still doing the Jenna thing. Anyway, yes, if you really enjoyed this, or even if you enjoyed it a little bit, or if you thought, no, I didn't like this, but maybe I will enjoy one of the other 10 plus micro settings in any of those situations.
If you watched this and thought I could do better,
yeah,
you should definitely buy this game and prove yourself right.
Exactly. It's on Kickstarter at the moment. It's called Odd Jobs, and
I'm actually really proud of it.
I'm really proud of it. As speaking as someone, speaking as it's really good.
I promise you we're more articulate in the book. So thank you so much to our guests for joining us. This has been so much fun. Thank you for engaging with all of that. So delightful.
Thank you for running it. It was a lot of fun.
Huge pleasure.
So you can follow us here at MacGuffin & Company or on Twitter at MacGuffin & Co. Imogen, Martin, Lloyd, would you like to tell people where they can find you, or would you like to remain private and secret?
I mean, I have a Twitter, Drugged Dwarf. That's just me. I'm just boring. Don't mind me. I don't do anything interesting at all. I'm just some guy.
You heard it here,
I
folks.
simply have a Twitter. Imogen C. Harris at Twitter, at Imogen C. Harris. I mean, do follow me because it's very low stress. I never tweet. You won't even know you followed me, okay? It requires nothing from you.
This
So-
is just brilliant marketing. Like, just some guy, and you won't even know you followed me.
Well, I don't even have a Twitter, so if you find a way to follow me, it would be both impressive and a little bit creepy.
And on that note, thank you all for joining us. As we say at the end of every stream, just marry a seaweed. Bye.